welcome back to my channel. So today I've already done this look and I just thought I would figure it out before I started filming. So I used the Midnight Masquerade ColourPop palette. I used Merryweather in the crease, and then on the lid I did Frog and Wife. And then to buff out the, like right here, to buff this out right here, I used a lighter blue from the Glam Light Ice Cream palette. I used Cookie Monster. Then on the lower lash line, I used Birthday Cake, the green color. And then on the inner corner, I did French Vanilla, this up here. So this is how it turned out. So let's do the other side. So first of all, I'm just taking this little Morphe brush, M514, into the Merryweather, the dark blue. And I put the clean canvas, the Gerard Cosmetics clean canvas down. It's probably not very sticky now. This isn't the most pigmented navy blue I've ever used, but I can't remember where my good navy blue is. I forget like what palette. What I should do is get a sticky note and write like, this has a good this, and this, and then stick it to the palette. So when I'm looking for something, I can just read it off of the palette and know. Because you forget if you don't use a palette for a long time and you liked it, but then you got something new and you stopped using it. Okay. I just keep adding to it until it gets as dark as I want it. Now I'm gonna take that. This one is a Sonia Kashuk number 28. And I'm just gonna take it into Cookie Monster. And just kind of buff out the edges here. I've been watching some YouTube videos about people who use natural hair brushes, and I really don't know that I have any natural hair. So I'm curious because I wonder if they're really better. I know a lot of people don't like them because it's like goat and pony and I don't know, sheep. I don't know what all hair it is. Probably not hypoallergenic though. Okay, then I am going to cut my crease with the clean canvas. I'm just gonna go up as high as I did on this side, hopefully. Remember, they're sisters and not twins. That's your eyebrows, but it could go for your eyelid too. Maybe I need to get a bit higher. Okay. Then I'm gonna spray my brush. I'll wipe. Okay, I'm gonna take this brush into Frog and Wife. Oops. I don't know what side I sprayed now. Okay, I am gonna just tap that Merryweather, just like that. And I'm gonna just tap that one, Cookie Monster. A lot of fallout. Not as much if you spray your brush, but there's definitely fallout. Okay, so then we're going to do some inner corner. I'm gonna spray my brush again. I'm just using the Cover FX spray today. In with French Vanilla. I just tap and pull up. Not much, and I'm not gonna spray my brush. Just like that. Now we're gonna do our bottom line, our bottom lash, and I'm using LA Girl Neon in Fresh. One thing I wish that these were automatic so that you could just roll them up, because they have to be sharpened like every single time. Oh, some in my eye. Then I'm just taking a little tiny brush like this. This is just a Wet n Wild brush into Birthday Cake. Get a little bit more, and then I just pulled it out on this side too. Okay, so then we're gonna do our liquid liner. I'm using the L'Oreal Voluminous Liner Noir Black. I know I don't want to go any, any lower, so that you can still see that. I just kind of want to clean up a tiny bit, and then I'll take that brush again, and just pull that line out a little bit more. Then one thing I did that I don't really think made a difference was I just took a tiny little Q-tip, and I got Cotton Candy from the palette, and it's blue, and I went underneath, but I don't really think you can tell. They're just too similar, I guess. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure there's nothing on my face now. Okay, so I have a new little puff. This is a Koki puff. Okay, so here's my favorite e.l.f. sponge. This is the Koki. This one is real porous and kind of has a rougher texture, and this one is smooth, like a baby. Very, very bouncy. So we're gonna try this for foundation. And I've never tried the e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. I don't usually like primers. So we're just gonna try, I'm gonna try just, okay, so it looks like this, kind of green. I'm only gonna try it in like my T-zone. I just wanna make sure it won't break me out. But that way I can see, because this is where your makeup breaks up, especially when it's so hot. It doesn't spread. Oh, it's so sticky. I'm gonna try it on my neck too. Look at that. It's very sticky. I heard it was a dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip, I think it's called. I don't use primer. I don't ever use primer, so I don't know. Okay, so that's sticky, real sticky. So I think today I'm honestly going to try the Balm foundation, the mousse. Oh, it's so dry though. I feel like I have to mix it with something. I think I'm gonna try, okay, this is my all-time favorite foundation, CYO. It was sold at Walgreens. It was, I think, $4 to $6. Was my absolute favorite foundation. Everything about it is great. The company went out of business. I looked on eBay and it was like $300 for a bottle of it. I found it at a company, because it's from the UK. I found it at a company from the UK that was still selling some for cheap, like £3. And they didn't ship here, so I'm gonna mix a tiny bit of this with this, the Balm Mousse. We're gonna see how this works today. Okay, this is what it looks like. still feels sticky. Look at like how great of a color match this is though. I don't think I've had a color match this good ever. Perfect. Okay. Yes, I slept in braids. My hair was wet. Okay, so let's try this. This little guy here. Let me rub a little bit more on. Oh, wow. I've heard people say this is their favorite sponge. I think it's about $5. Really, really soft. I need a lot more foundation. Well, I think the balm foundation does not spread very well. It's so thick. This is how thick it is, like a mousse. I'm gonna add a little bit more of that liquid with it. It's very dry. Okay, let's wipe some on our forehead here. It's all over my fingers. I hate the feeling of foundation on my finger, especially under my nail. Ugh. Yuck. I don't know about this sponge. I'm gonna have to cover my whole neck because my neck and my face are not the same color. I almost feel like it's making the texture of my skin worse. It's dry, and I have dry skin, so this might not be a good combination. It was probably okay last time because I mixed it with a lot of liquids. This time I didn't very much. I don't know. I mean, it's okay now, but man, it is so dry. Maybe if you had really oily skin, this would be great. It's so dark on my neck. Okay, that foundation is dark. I'm gonna do some of this Kylie concealer. This is in Pearl. I'm just gonna flip it. Look how gross. I'm gonna flip it and do this pointy side and see if it'll blend in this concealer, which it's not very well. I don't watch the Kardashian show, or I didn't watch it, but I saw like on Instagram, like E! News posted it or something. It said the Kardashians don't think that their standard of beauty is set like it's too hard to follow, or like it's unrealistic. I just laughed because none of those people look like that. If they didn't have plastic surgery, none of them look like that. But they don't think it's unrealistic. Okay. I hope that primer doesn't break me out. Okay, I'm gonna try this brush. I have never heard of this. It's the Practic foundation brush. This is a cheaper Sigma. Sigma makes this, and I've never seen it for sale. They had them on Amazon. They were on sale, plus 20% off. Made in China. Plastic handle. Really, really soft bristles. I thought I would try this for blush. I don't know. It's kind of small. Okay, so I'm gonna use this for this cream blush. You guys know I love the e.l.f. Aqua blush. Just tap it in here. I think it works pretty good for this. I love blush on my nose. I don't think it looks any different with that primer under it. some blush up here. Give us a little sunburn look. I'm gonna take my powder brush and the Lancome powder, and I just stamp it. And stamp it on my face. I'm not gonna use a ton of this because that foundation is very set. There's like hardly anything on this brush, if there is really anything. I don't really set everything in place. All right, let's do some mascara. Okay, first I just went ahead and put on some lip gloss, and I did some brow gel. That one had color in it. I don't love those as much. I'm just gonna put a little bit of highlight. So I thought I'd use that BH Aspen palette. I think this came out like a year ago. I think I'm gonna try Frosted AF with a little bit of the Snow Angel blue. Wow. Okay, that's way too much. Will I learn on the other side? No, I will not. Okay. That's gonna need a bit of blending. Okay, I'm gonna add a little blush. I'll just tap my blush brush around in here. What does it look like? You know, there's a line of glitter. Actually, let me grab a little bit of blush. Actually, let's grab a little bit of Serafina from Juvia's Place. And just dab a little bit of that on. That's pretty. Okay, that helped. That helped. That's very bright. Now when I watch the videos back when I'm editing, it looks like a ton of spray, but like, it's like mostly on my shirt. I don't know, it just doesn't get on your face as much. So I know it looks like a ton, but it really, not that much touches my actual face. Oh, this sponge looks horrible. That's probably stained for good. Okay. Let's get in here. Today on the bottom, let's try the Princess. Last time I did that L'Oreal Lash Paradise on the bottom, and it was a huge mess. I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of the base. I'm gonna try to use the Lash Paradise on top. I think something's broken inside of it. I think there's no stopper because it's so thick. Okay, so that is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.